What's up everyone, it's Tony here and welcome to another episode. Today we're going to be touring M Forever. This is a 2021 Custom Line Navetta 33. It's presented for sale by TWW Yachts. Inside this tri-deck super yacht, you can sleep up to 11 guests. The length is 33 meters as the name would imply, or about 108 feet and 4 inches. It has a beam of 7.52 meters or 24 feet and 8 inches, and it has a draft of 2.18 meters or 7 feet and 2 inches. And I will put all the specifications down in the video description if you want to see more. But now, I think it's time we made our way on board. As you can see at the back of the yacht, this is where we have our tender garage. And then because we're in Europe, we're at the Cannes Yachting Festival, we will make our way on board via the Passerelle. Which will lead us up into the aft deck area. So in this area, they opted to remove the traditional alfresco dining space. We actually have one upstairs. So here, we have a very deep bench which connect as sun pads, and we have the additional chairs or loungers on either side. And then we're gonna make our way inside this yacht. We're actually gonna bypass the main salon for now, but I promise we'll come back to it in a little bit. Here we can see the day head for this level. And then as any proper super yacht should have, especially on a tri-deck, the owner suite is located on the main deck. And throughout this yacht, you'll notice the beautiful Italian styling. Towards the entrance of the room, you have a desk or a dressing table. You'll also find the walk-in closet. You have your TV mounted up on the wall, and then we have a walk-through ensuite, which I really like. First, we'll see the one side with your beautiful stone vanity, and we have the same stone lining the shower, in addition to the wood details. Take a look at that. You have the wood slats in the ceiling, the rainfall attachment is just behind that, as well as the built-in LEDs. And as mentioned, you can walk right through the shower to the other side, but we will walk around. And it's mirrored just like the other side. And then we also have additional closet space on this side of the bed, in addition to the walk-in closet. Now we're going to head down to the guest cabins. And on this yacht in the intro I mentioned, you can sleep up to 11 guests. We have 4 additional guest cabins down here. And one thing I noticed during my preview walk, we have a very large landing area, and all of these guest cabins are very spacious. And I think that's the result of 2 things. One, instead of having the 6 cabins, we just have the 5, so you have a little bit of extra space to play with for all the guest cabins. But then 2, at 108 feet, that extra 8 feet that puts you over 100 feet, that really gives you the additional real estate to play with. So I think they did an excellent job with the size of these rooms. And you can see the beautifully finished ensuite, toilet and bidet just behind the door. And we have a mirrored VIP cabin on the other side of this with a slightly different color scheme. And then you may have guessed, because we have 11 guests in total that this yacht can house, we'll actually go to it now, the smallest cabin. One of the rooms does contain a Pullman bed, which is right here. So if you just have the 10 on board, you can put this up, get it out of your way, and comfortably sleep everyone. Or if you need that extra guest space, you have it folding out over here. But even in the smallest room, you still have a large TV on the wall. And the en-suites are also the same size as the other cabins. And then last but not least, cabin number 4. I really like how they went with different color schemes for all the different rooms, while still keeping that same beautiful wood elements on the wall. All right, and we skipped it earlier, but let's head back to the dining room and the main salon. And then you'll see the beautiful seating arrangement over here. You have large windows giving you plenty of natural light when the shades are open. We have storage for wine or champagne over here. And I believe the TV is located in the ceiling, which flips down. And then we also have this massive door, as well as a fold-out balcony. You'll see the teak lining, so you can open this up, really open up the space, and also give you that extra real estate out on the side deck. And then also, we saw it before, but here is your dining room. And before we head upstairs, let's take a peek at the galley. It's behind this powered and mirrored door. So down by our feet, there is a button. There's a side access door for the crew, as well as a prep space. And then the galley is located through here, where you can see all of your refrigeration and freezers. It looks like we have Miele appliances on board, as well as 2 large windows, so you get lots of natural light in here, and also a great view for the chef. We have extra refrigeration in the hallway in places like this. And then this staircase will lead us down to the crew mess. We can see the laundry room right here. We have a double washer and dryer set. And here we can see one of the crew cabins. This is a single, and then they have their head right across the hall. And then you have additional crew cabins up this hallway, just up the stairs. I mentioned it earlier, there's a button for your foot right next to the door. So say you're holding a tray of food and you need to open up the door. That's why they set this up this way. So if we just give it a quick tap, the door will open up. back out into the main salon. All right, now we're gonna head upstairs. And I think we'll start forward with the bridge. There's another crew space right here, so it looks like we have a sink. And then through this pocket door, this gives us access to the bridge. As you can see, a very modern suite of controls. You have an ultra wide screen right here. You have the bench just behind, side access doors on either side of the bridge, and then the captain's cabin. They have their small office space here, and you can see his or her cabin as well. I also really like how they have the beautiful woodwork in here, just like you have outside on the bridge. And we're positioned very far forward on the yacht, so you get great visibility from here. And I think while we're up here, we're gonna go take a look at the foredeck. I'm always a big fan when a yacht makes the full use of this space. We have a wing station. And then check this out, underneath the shades, we have a small table here with the U-shaped seating. You could have your entire party hanging out here, most of them lying out on the sun pad, in addition to everyone sitting over here. So a very sociable area. It's protected by the sun if you want it to be. And of course, when you want to catch some rays, you can take the shades down. Then they even have a small triangle piece of seating just in the front. And here, of course, your winches, your anchor chain, and the bell. And we have yachts on either side of us. We're at the Cannes Yachting Festival, so we can't actually shoot a profile shot of this yacht, but I will put the yacht's profile on the screen now so you can see what it looks like. And you have to comment down below. Let me know what you think of the interior design, as well as the profile of this yacht. So we are going to head back inside. And now we're going to head back to the Sky Lounge to see the beautiful seating configuration. There's another TV that folds down from the ceiling. Storage on either side of the Sky Lounge. And then on the bridge deck aft, here is our alfresco dining space. And just behind that, we have a large row of seating. And now we'll see the staircase. This is a proper tri-deck super yacht. So we're going to head up to the sun deck. And we have additional sections of seating up here. I love the variety between the levels. Here you can see 3 very plush sun loungers. Shades overhead. And then if we turn forward, we have a bar and barbecue. So it looks like the grill is built in. We have a sink underneath this cover, and then refrigeration underneath. And I'm getting a little distracted. As I mentioned before, we're at the Cannes Yachting Festival, and take a look at this beautiful landscape that surrounds us. Focusing back on the sun deck, let's move forward past this extremely large seating area. I don't think you're ever going to run out of space on this yacht. And everyone's favorite, this does feature a hot tub all the way up on the sun deck. Sun pads flanking either side, but I like how there's a small cutout so you can walk around if you need to. And I also really like the glass railings. It gives you unobstructed views. And once again, here's another beautiful shot of Cannes, France. So I think we've seen all of the guest areas and all the guest accommodation. We'll give you one more look at the Sky Lounge. And I think we're going to make our way downstairs and check out the engine room. And earlier actually in the main salon I mentioned I think the TV folds down, but I was incorrect. It actually slides out of the wall here. So you can see it peeking out right here. Just wanted to clarify that detail. Now we will find the entrance to the engine room over in this direction. Very easy staircase to get down. That's always appreciated. You're greeted by your water maker. And then let's see if this door is open to the tender garage. It's actually 2 doors to get to the tender garage. But here you can see a shot in this area. You can see the teak lining of the swim platform. You have a sea bob stored over here, and you can see the front of the tender. And of course there's a crane in the ceiling, which will allow you to get this tender into the water. So let's close these doors up behind us. We're always leaving things exactly as we found them. Over in this direction looks like an engineering space, and then here through another door, this is the engine room. We have Kohler generators tucked behind the engines, and this yacht comes with a pair of MAN engines rated at 1400 horsepower each. Gives you a top speed of 15 knots. You can cruise at 12, and you're looking at 1,850 nautical miles of range depending on your cruising speed. And this door was left unlatched, so we'll leave it exactly like that. All right, everyone, we've seen every single area on board this yacht. Thank you to TWW Yachts for granting us access on board. You have to let me know in the comment section what you think of this listing. Thanks again for watching, and we will catch you next time.